Thank you. Well, Hurricane Helene causing destruction around the Sun Coast. So many homes and businesses damaged. And a number of those are rental and vacation properties on our beaches. So with so many planning vacations here soon, what is happening to the deposits and will they get them back? Joining us to talk about this is Alexis Rosenberg with Rosenberg Law PA to talk about the legal rights. All right, Alexis, thank you for coming. This is a big topic of conversation. A lot of people say they've had their reservations canceled and they can't get their deposits back.
So it's really going to depend on the specific situation. First of all, the first thing I would recommend, look at that rental agreement. See what the cancellation policy, but we are dealing with a hurricane, a force of nature, a natural disaster. There's usually clauses relating to that in most contracts as well. So there's two different scenarios. The scenario where the house isn't habitable, they can't be in there, or the hotel, and then we have this scenario where we're talking in the future. So those are different types of scenarios. If they can't go in there, they definitely should be able to get their deposit. If it's in the future, that's a little different. Because,
so they might say, not now, but you could come, let's rebook in June.
Right. Well, let's say it was already booked in November, then the place is going to be able to be fixed, and the people just don't want to come here because they don't think the beach is going to be as nice. So unless there's a cancellation clause already in that contract, they really aren't going to be entitled to anything. But then if we're talking now and the owner's saying you can't be here, then that's a different situation. They should be able to get their deposit back.
So read your contract, though.
Yes.
Okay, that's a good reminder, though, moving forward for anyone planning a vacation. You should always read the fine line there.
Definitely,
yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, and Holmes Beach temporarily banned tourism banning tourism. They're not saying we don't want you here. They're just saying we need a little bit more time to clean up. How does that work in this case? So if you have a reservation for the next 2 weeks, Holmes Beach is saying, we have a ban on renting out your place right now. What's the legalities with that?
So that's a government intervention. They've issued an order, it can't. So you can't hold the owner now responsible for that. Now, technically, they should once again give them back the deposit. What I'm hearing is a lot of people want to give them a credit. You need to read the terms of that contract because it's very specific. They may have had some language in there about natural disasters and how they're going to deal with that, and that's the case. But I am hearing a lot of people are giving back the deposits in that sort of situation.
That's good.
They're not entitled to, because I've had people call and say, well, now I can't be in my vacation rental, and now I'm going to have to pay more for another vacation rental, or it's messed up my vacation and I have these additional expenses. They can't go after them for that.
Okay, that is interesting, and it's good for whoever owns the property too. Moving forward, you're going to have to make the language so, because we are going to have more storms, hopefully nothing like this again, but you got to make sure you're covered, and you want to be good business.
Right. I mean, the people that are renting these out, they want the renters. They are not trying to keep the renters out of the property, but they also have to be worried about liability, because if they let them stay in there and there's mold issues or something else, then that renter could come back and say, I was injured because you allowed me to stay in an unsafe place.
All right, a whole new door open there. Okay, well, we are out of time. Thank you so much for coming, Alexis. And Alexis and I will be talking more from our Now desk right after the noon show wraps up. That will be streamed on Facebook and our website. We hope you can join us then. And coming up, if you're